So I've been using the Sportsroyals parallel bars for my workouts, and I just want to do a quick rundown on what I do with them. So using those bars at the bottom are definitely going to be a lot more comfortable for my wrists. Alright, so now it's time for dips, and I have these parallel bars extended all the way up. So they're going to be a little over 45 inches. But the only issue is that this is a little bit too high just because of the ceiling. So whenever I go up, I hit my head, as you heard right there. So I do have to go ahead and lower them. And so lowering these are pretty easy. I just have to go ahead and just unscrew this part, and the bolt comes right off. And then do the same for the other side. And I can let go and it'll slide down. And now I don't want it all the way down, that'll be too low. So I do want it just a bit higher. So right around there, and I can go ahead and just screw this back in. All right, so now when I go ahead and go up, my head doesn't touch the ceiling anymore. Then I can go ahead and just do some dips. And here you can have a look in the center. It does have this foam piece, which is pretty thick, so my hand still can go ahead and wrap all around it, and it's really comfortable. And so I do like the fact that these two are going to be individual parallettes, so I can go ahead and move them. But when I bring them as close as possible, so when these parts go ahead and touch, just like that, it's going to be the perfect width for me to go ahead and do dips. It's not too wide and it's not too narrow. So something worth noting is that this does have these orange gears all around on all four corners, and the reason for this is to go ahead and just level it up. So when I go ahead and move it, it'll go ahead and raise or lower. And here you can kind of go ahead and see what I'm talking about. There's this part right over here. So this is going to be rubberized, so it's going to be a lot grippier versus if it wasn't up and it was just this plastic on the floor. So this part not only helps level the parallel bar, but also make sure it's nice and grippy on the floor. And here you can see when I move it, there, now it's flush, but of course I want to go ahead and lower it. So one thing to note is when doing pike push-ups over here, my head does go ahead and hit here, so I just have to make sure when I go down, I don't go down too hard to not, hurt my head there. Now it's time for push-up holds. So I finished my push workout, and this parallel bars definitely worked really well. Again, I'm glad I got these. These are really sturdy. And I do like the fact that these are really adjustable, just because my old parallel bars were not adjustable. It was just one piece, but this is a lot more versatile because, again, I could also go ahead and do push-ups. I could also go ahead and level it if the floors are uneven, which these are. So I was moving these back and forth as I move these parallel bars. And also, it does have some nice grip over here. So if you're looking for some parallel bars to go ahead and just make home workouts much better, definitely check these out by Sportsroyals.